All right, everybody, what's going on? What's going on? This is your boy DMP Speaks, and welcome to Speak Out Loud radio show on Fire. Let me say it again, it's Fire 716 Radio. Listen, it's a blessed day to be alive. I need your energy because I already got it, but I want you to have this fire too. It's an amazing day. I know it's cold outside in Western New York, and I'm not sure where you're listening from. If you're listening from New York City, Buffalo, Syracuse, Rochester, or somewhere else, welcome to the show. So my name is David M. Pinkston, but I go by the name of DMP Speaks. I'm a motivational empowerment speaker. I'm a coach. I'm also working on a book that's coming out in 2023. You'll hear more about it. But I'm also a board certified Christian counselor. And I come on here every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to give you some fire, give you some nuggets to help your life. The best way that I can is using my gift, as they say, of gab. But I'm here to bless your life, to give you what you need. So let's get into today's topic. Today's topic is titled, It's Okay to Not Be Okay. Let me repeat. It's okay not to be okay. That's what we're talking about today. Now, why did I come up with this particular thought, this topic today? Because life is hitting us, hitting a lot of you with jabs left and right in so many directions. It's making your head spin. And if it's making your head spin, guess what it's doing to mine? My head looked like it's been spinning off on its tip by itself because there's been so much pressure. Because it is life. Life throws you so many curveballs. Some you miss, but a lot of those things, a lot of those boys you don't miss because that's what life brings. And I'm not saying they always bring trouble. A lot of us have good times, good memories, right? Good situations. But there are times that we really go through the ringer when it comes to life. And there's no particular manual that I've seen. There's books on how to deal with your issues and problems and things like that. But after you read these wonderful books that are in the world, this is like a shameless plug. I have a testimonial book that I'm putting out, like I stated. You have to be able to apply those things. You have to execute and plan for those things to be in your life, to be a part of your life. There is no manual to fully be ready for what life brings you. We sometimes will come up against some very traumatized situations in our lives. And I'm not going to go into all of them because there's too many to name. But the ones that you might know about and should know about, that depression is real, anxiety is real, weariness is real, right? And you find that in the individual, you find it in your relationships, your co-workers, your marriage. Shoot, you're discouraged about your money. I know I have been many a times. I mean, sometimes as a man, I have literally shed tears because it's like you're trying to you're already on this good path of financial freedom, and then life hits you with that jab. Oh, the car got to get fixed. Oh, something happened at the house. God forbid, but that stuff does happen, right? And it's easy to allow it, like, oh, it's not a bother. And a lot of times we do that. It's not a bother. It's okay. Another example is people treating you a certain way, people talking about you, people dogging your name. I was listening to a show that I listened to on Facebook, and there's a preacher's wife. She was on there. There was a lot of controversy. I won't name the names, but there was a lot of controversy in their marriage, and it was publicized because they're public figures. They're on social media. They're known around the United States and probably the world. And there was a lot of stuff going on, constant things. And I remember what the wife said, and it kind of it stuck to me. She said, even though all this was going on, I couldn't act like it wasn't bothering me. I had to put a smile on my face. And then she said, I'm done putting a smile on my face, acting like this is what I'm supposed to be dealing with. And I had to remove myself. Yes, I didn't leave my husband, but I had to remove myself so that I can get the right healing that I needed. And I want to talk about that for a moment. It is okay for you not to be okay in these situations. I was just talking to a good friend of mine just now before I started the show. I asked him, I said, hey, what are you doing, for Christmas for your kids? And he jokingly said, no. And now you might say, well, that's mean. That's not mean. See, if you're working on certain things and you might not have what you need at that particular time, especially we can I say this? Yeah, I'll say it. Sometimes we take Christmas to, and I'm not trying to be religious, but we take the joy and the peace and what it really means to have Christmas, and we monetize it with gifts and these expensive gifts. And by the time January comes, we're broke. We're absolutely broke because we felt like this is what we had to do to show people that we love them. I'll leave that alone. I think, Frank, I'll leave that alone. Okay, I'll leave that alone. Let's stay back on topic. It's okay to not be okay in your situation. Sometimes we try to fake the funk and act like everything is okay. How many times, ladies, have you put on all your makeup, you put on the nice shoes, you fine, you dressing great, but internally, inside, you feel like running away. You feel like you're by yourself. You feel alone. You've dealt with so much. You wonder how you're standing, brother. You hanging out with your boys. You doing all these great things. You spending all this money. There's more. There's better. But you got to put on a good face on for your friends. You got a good face for your children or your wife. But you're not really doing that well. You're not really fully there. I'm not saying you're gonna, of course, that conversation about doing anything to yourself. I'm talking about like really just not really being there mentally. You're not there emotionally because you're dealing with so many things in your mind. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying that it's okay to have these thoughts because none of us want to be down. All of us want to be happy. All of us want to be content. What I'm saying is it's okay when you are not at that place of true happiness. If you're not really there, why try to act like you are? Now, I know we grew up, you got to fake it until you make it, but we got to stop faking it and let's really make it. Yeah. We absolutely have to start making it. It's okay to say you're angry. It's okay to say that you're pissed off. Ooh, I'm a Christian. It's okay that you're saying that you're pissed off. It's okay to say that you're frustrated. It's okay to say that you feel alone. It's okay to have those feelings because guess what? That's who we are. That's who you are. You got to be okay with where you are in your life. Stop trying to act like things don't bother you. Because they do. Some things really do bother you. Some things really get on your nerves. You hate how your parents talk to you. You hate how your wife talks to you. You hate how your husband talks. You hate how your children talk to you. You hate how your boss talks to you. You hate how your pastor talks to you. You hate how your friend talks to you. Because you take it. And everybody always sees you as the mellow person. The person that doesn't talk back, doesn't have a voice. Well, you got one. But you got to stop acting like everything is perfect. See, we got to, God, I'm going to get myself in trouble. I don't really care. You got to stop putting these pictures on IG and Facebook to portray that like everything is okay when it really isn't. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you might have to stay away from social media to get yourself together. I know y'all don't like this. It's okay. It's cool. But this is the truth. When are you going to start, or when are you going to stop living a lie and start being truthful with yourself? I know this is hard to take. Remember, we're talking about it's okay not to be okay. I'm dealing with grief still. And the reason why I keep talking about this, because I know there's somebody out here today that's listening to this radio station, listening to my segment, and you are not okay. This is why we have to check up on each other. Just a text. I have some friends back at home. I said, I was telling my wife this morning, I got to do better by checking on my friends, just saying, hey, how are you? I know you're strong, bro. I know you're strong, sis. But how are you doing? You're pouring out to so many other people, but how are you doing? Because I want to know that you're doing well. I want to know mentally and emotionally and psychologically that you're doing well. Because if you're not, how can I help you? If you're not, let's set something up that we are talk offline that nobody can see. Sometimes we don't have to be seen helping people all the time. It's just something that we're supposed to do. And it's not a guilt thing. It's not a pity thing. It's not a shame thing. You gotta start being honest with yourself where you are. You gotta start being honest where you are. You gotta say, you know what? Maybe you might tell your friends, listen, I've been coming to Thanksgiving and Christmas. When you guys call, I always tell you that I'm good. But honestly, I'm struggling. And I can't do this by myself. And I know it's hard for men to do that because sometimes they don't have the spaces to do that. They might not have the space in their marriage to be honest where they are. They might not have the space even with their own boys. But then you got to check that. Because if I can't come to my best friend and tell him what I'm dealing with, then I kind of question our friendship. Same with you ladies. You say that's your girl and however you greet them. But if you can't call them when you really need them the most, when you feel like you're drifting mentally away, and the only thing that we could talk about is current events, all we could do is gossip. All we could do is talk about that person and that person, and they can't be there. Yeah, I question, are you supposed to be in my life? I know this is heavy. Listen, I want you guys to call in. I want you to call 716-371-1903 extension 1. I want to just take a break, a little moment. I want to see what you have to say about today's topic. It's important to me to give you this information, but it's more important for me to hear from you. I don't care where you are in your life. I don't care where you are in the world. If you feel like you just need a time to be listened to, sometimes that's all people need. It's just for somebody to sit down, not always have an opinion for what they're trying to say or trying to communicate, and just listen. So I want you to call me right now. I want you to be bold enough and confident enough in yourself to call me at 716-371-1903 extension 1. The phone lines will definitely be open. I'm here for you. I'll take time to talk to you because I want the show not just to be a lecturing. I want you to be changed. All it takes is just a moment. All it takes is just that one moment. So 716-371-1903 extension 1. Let's go get it, y'all. Let's get back to this. But you want to know this? I want to ask you this question, or I want to say this to you, actually. We're all human beings. I don't care how old you are, how young you are, how tall you are, how short, how skinny, how I won't even say use the word fat because I'm not fat. I have a lot to love, as my wife says. But we're all human. We all have emotions. We all deal with something. Nobody in this world, whether you have money or not, you all deal with some situation. It's called being a human being. Being a human being is giving yourself the opportunity to grieve, have an emotion, feel free to have that emotion, and take time to express yourself. On social media, I've been seeing this a lot. RIP. That's all I've seen the last, or all year, especially between, I say November and October. Now it's just been RIP, and sometimes it's hard. It's hard to see what people are going through, especially when you're dealing with your own grief. People that you think are okay, they're not. I'll say that again. People that you think that are the most strongest, the most agile, the most mentally there, they also need a call. They need a text. Because remember, it's okay not to be okay sometimes. You don't always have to, you don't always have to be the strongest one in the room all the time. You don't have to be that strong one all the time. You should have to have an opportunity to take a break for yourself. We have to come to that realization that being okay is okay, or not being okay. Excuse me. Let me rephrase that. Not being okay. It's okay. It's not going to take away from your strength. It's not going to take away from who you are. It's not going to take away the very essence of who you are. If you want to put it so elegantly, it's okay not to be okay, but you got to be true to yourself and where you are. This goes for marriages. This goes for relationships. This goes for your family dynamic or the lack of. You might have to tell your mama, I love you, but the way you talk to me, I haven't been okay. What I dealt with, when we had to deal with in our childhood, that really affected me. I'm better now, but I still have those moments. It's just good to take some time for yourself. Let me ask you this question. When is the last time that you took some time for yourself to gather yourself together, to get your mind right, get your thoughts right, make the best choice for yourself? If it's just you, or if it's your family. Before the year even starts, I have to make quite a bit of decisions. And I'm not saying this to boast. I'm saying this because it's real. I have to make some serious decisions with my health, my job, my business, everything. Everything encompasses what I do in the next 20 something days. Because I cannot go into 2023 the same person. I have to yield and change to a different David. Some of you have to start yielding and stop holding on to what's not working. I have to write that down for myself. Speak, DMP speaks. There ain't nobody helping me. You might have to make some changes that you don't want to make, but you know that you have to. And some of you, it's excruciating. I got to change. Yes, because the road that you're going down this path is not helping you. You got to be honest in 2023. You want better. If you want better, if you want to live a better life, a more complete life, you got to start being honest with yourself and where you are. Because 2023 is going to come in and it's going to leave you again. And you're going to be the same person saying the same thing and still not be okay. Come on. You can't. Can I be honest with you guys? I go to therapy once a month. And I love therapy. Now, that's not the only thing that helps me, but that's one of the pieces that I have that really helps me learn how to be more okay than I was before. And I'm not saying that therapy works for everyone, but you got to try something. Because Sunday morning is great for me and Bible study is great, but I have to be able to have something else lined up. Because you know what? You got to find a routine. Let me put it just like this, and we're done for today. You got to find a routine that's going to work for you so that when you don't feel okay, you can use one of these solutions, one of these options to help you become okay. Transparent moment. There are times even now that I try to act like all things are well, but I miss. Can I say this on here? Mm-hmm. I miss the hell out of my sister. Mm-hmm. I know some of you. Oh my God, it's a burning disappointment that I have. Because if I could be transparent, I think about my sister every day. But I know she will want me. She would have a desire for her little brother to continue to go forward. And I'm not trying to be religious, but I know, and the reason why I said I miss the hell out of her, because it hurts that much. But I can't stay where I am. So that's why I do therapy. That's why I work out. That's why I'm doing I'm doing other things to not just help me, but to help somebody. Because if I'm better, I can help somebody else. I'll say it again. If I'm better mentally, emotionally, relationally, and so on and so forth, then I can help others become the best that they can be. But if I'm not good, how can I help anybody else be good? How can you help somebody else be good if you are not good? So I appreciate your time this afternoon. If I said anything to offend you, I'm sorry, but we got to start being honest and real with ourselves and where we are, because that's how we become the best version of ourselves. This is why it's called Speak Out Loud, because I got to speak on certain things that other people won't speak on. And because I'm speaking on it, I will be that face for you. I will be that support for you. All you got to do is reach out. I want you to click on my social media platforms or even on YouTube. Please subscribe to DMP Speaks. Listen, it's going to be a wonderful 2023, but I want you to be good now. I want you to be great now. I want you to be the best version that you can be. So before 2023 comes in, you've already changed. It's okay to be okay, because if you just realize that it's okay to not to be okay, sooner or later, you will be okay. Let's go get it, y'all.